the home of the do-it-yourself trucker. When everything goes wrong, you gotta Redneckanize. All right, hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Ed with Redneckanize, Redneckanize Radio. It's 516-387-1733. If you just want to listen along, or if you want to be a part of the conversation, just hit 1. We're here live every Sunday evening at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, and we appreciate everybody joining us and following along, where we just talk about news and what's going on out there on the road. Earlier, we were talking about the round table they had with the OIDA and the Teamsters and ATA and the FMCSA with the Department of Transportation Secretary and Department of Labor Secretary, and it was pretty interesting. You know, of course, nothing's going to get solved. Bureaucrats aren't going to really take care of anything because, you know, they don't want to solve problems, because if they solve problems, then they wouldn't be needed. So, you know, it's one of them things. But we also talked about there was an accident out in South Carolina. We thought that was unusual a little bit, and we're just keeping on following with what's going on out there. You know, there was another interesting article that I was looking at. So this here was on CDL Life, and it says nearly 90 illegal immigrants discovered inside Texas-bound semi-truck. This happened at the Laredo, Texas border checkpoint. Almost 90 illegal immigrants were found inside a semi-truck at the Texas-Mexico border earlier this week. It says the incident happened at the Laredo, Texas border checkpoint. According to LMT online, the semi-truck arrived at the Highway 83 checkpoint and went through a routine inspection, during which a canine officer alerted to the presence of possible contraband inside of the rig. Says the semi-truck was then referred to a secondary inspection where nearly 90 people attempting to come into the country illegally were discovered. The individuals hailed from Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador. The truck driver was taken into custody. It said human smugglers continue to have no regard for the safety and health of the people they exploit, as they are treated like a commodity for profit, Border Patrol said in a statement. Laredo sector agents focus on the agency's enduring mission priorities of countering terrorism, combating transnational crime, securing the border, and facilitating lawful trade, protecting revenue, and facilitating lawful travel. And that's it. You know, so that's all we know. But we know it's happening, you know, and that kind of thing. And we just, all I have to do really is, this is something we really need to keep talking about, because I think that they're just going to keep doing it in Mexico. And they're just going to keep doing it in south of the border. But what we really find is when it happens and they make it, I mean, you can almost get to Laredo illegally, no problem. Okay, you can cross out in the middle of nowhere and then work your way toward Laredo. And once you're in Laredo, you know, nobody's really checking. You know, it's when you're traveling through the like desert area out there, the woods, whatever. When you're out there walking about, you know, you're going to get stopped and you're going to get asked. But once you're in the city, nobody cares. You're good to go. So then what will happen is that the illegal aliens will get into the city, and then they'll find somebody that will put them in a truck and then haul them through what we consider to be the border checkpoint, which is the check station. That's it's about 40 miles north of Laredo, maybe just 30. But it's another checkpoint to where everybody gets asked if you're a citizen, and they want to know what you're hauling. And those checkpoints even catch stuff like that. Drugs or people. And those, sometimes they often involve American truck drivers, because, you know, once you're in the United States and you're legal and you can drive truck, then you're good to go. And they're not going to question that. So you go up to the border, you go up to that checkpoint, they ask you where you're from. You tell them that you're born in or from the United States, especially if you're white, or not Hispanic, then they're going to believe you, because all they can do is take you at your word. They don't require any paperwork. It's just, you know, if they ask and they don't believe you, then they can check. They ask you what you're hauling, you can tell them, and most of the time they just wave you on. So those areas, that's the ones that's troubling for truck drivers, because if this stuff starts happening at those checkpoints for us, that's going to create problems for all of us, because they're going to slow those checkpoints down. They're going to start inspecting everybody, and that's going to cause problems. So as American truck drivers, no matter who you are, if you're traveling in that area, going through those checkpoints, you know, on a regular basis, then you don't want this kind of stuff coming to that area, because then it's going to take longer for you. And be selfish about it. That's fine. You know, hey, it doesn't benefit me to have these people come over, because it slows me down, because they're checking, and they're going to be wanting to check me, and that slows me down. So that's the problem. You know, so that kind of thing is just, it's bad, and we don't want, first off, we don't want people just be able to go in and out of countries, especially when countries have poor, just, I don't know, lifestyles or essentials. You got to, and a lot of these people coming in, I mean, they like I said, terrorism, they still got people trying to come in from other countries. Most of the people that cross the Mexican border, the border with the United States and Mexico, they're not from Mexico. They're from other countries, and they're either from Asia or European countries. They can get to Mexico. It's not that hard, and then they'll just work their way up and cross over illegally into the United States. So if you're Cuban and you're out there in Cuba and you're trying to get to the United States, if you come on the boat or a raft 90 miles north to Florida, you'll get caught and you'll get sent back. But if you can make it down to Mexico and then work your way up to the border, then you're going to be just fine. You'll make it, right? It's so stupid. But I don't know. I can dive into my opinion of it and how I think everything should be handled. But, like I said, my opinion don't matter with all that. So I don't know how anybody would think of it. But, I mean, I can throw it out to you that, United States should be in charge of these countries, especially Mexico. You provide capitalism to these anywhere that capitalism has been allowed to operate. It's been great. South American countries that have adopted capitalism as their main form of economy and has adopted democracy or representation government like we have here. And the other thing, what's really successful about the United States, and this is probably a common opinion, but not spoken enough. The best thing about the United States, it's decentralization of power, which means that the sheriff, and the mayor of your town, they don't work for the President of the United States. They don't work for the governor, The only rules that they have to follow are the rules set by the Constitution and set by the legislatures, right? But when it comes to making decisions of how you run things, as long as you don't break those rules, then you pretty much do what you want. So you don't have to do what the governor tells you. You don't have to do what the president tells you. And that's the best thing. In fact, it needs to be more that way. If anybody has an opinion about how we can solve terrorism, it's not going into Iraq or Afghanistan and putting in somebody that we can control in the top government. It's getting the people in the lower tribes to respect the rule of law and getting those tribes to respect that, hey, don't, just because you live in these, you live in these mountains and a company comes in and buys the property 10 miles away from you and starts blasting holes, and you get pissed and now you want to go fly planes into buildings in New York. That's not how it works. If you can get them to respect that's the rule of law is that, hey, there's a court, you can go fight it, whatever, or, protest, whatever you want to do. But killing innocent people 5,000 miles away, that's not how it works. And until you get them to understand that, then nothing's going to change. But that's how it's the bottom up. That's how the rule of law is. People respect, like down around here, the president doesn't tell you to do right, to live life right. The sheriff does. The sheriff is the one saying, hey, act right, treat people decent, and then their community leaders are the ones that get us to act right, to do good. You got churches and schools, and of course parents. Teach your kids how to do right, and don't worry about everybody else's kids. And people need to just take care of their own kids and take care of their own. You take care of your own, and then it all works out. Individualism is the key. And I don't know if that made a lot of sense, but I don't know. I just think that everybody tries to say, well, let's go to Washington and let's fight for our rights, or let's elect one president. One person ain't going to change it. Ain't going to make anything better. One person ain't going to do it. Electing one senator or one congressman, and you know how it is with Congress. Nobody likes Congress, but everybody loves their congressperson. So it's like, I don't like Congress at all, but my congressman is the best. No, you got to throw that out. It's if Congress is bad, then everybody's bad. And that has nothing to do with your congressperson. It's your representative is just as bad as all the others. And if you don't believe that, then you're part of the problem. So, but it's the how do you say that? But the bottom up thing is what I think. I think that if you went into these countries like Mexico, let's say that the federal government just took them over, and then instituted, the Constitution is now covering the country of Mexico. It's part of the United States. Territory, whatever. You don't have to call it a state. You just say it's part of territory, like Puerto Rico is. And the Constitution applies. Well, then you let the people, local people, elect their representatives, and those representatives elect a speaker. And then you can have a federal election, select a president if you want, but that's not necessary. It's not necessary. Everybody thinks, oh, you got to have a president. No, you don't. It's the representation. And nothing might not get done by the representatives. That's fine, as long as there's rules, and those rules have to be followed. And that's the Constitution. So, but anyway, we're just wrapping things up here, and let's go to the lines, check things out, and see what's going on. Hey, what's going on? Is this Greg?
Yes, it is. How you doing?
Man, I'll tell you what, I'm just wrapping things up here. We're having a good old time, and there was an article in the CDL Life. They found 90 illegal immigrants inside of a big rig at the Laredo border, and it's like the only way to solve it is just let's go conquer. Let's go take over Mexico and put the Constitution down there, and that way they won't be coming up here.
That's right.
Well,
they catch them, they take them to court, they have their day in court, they slap them on the hand, they turn them loose, and they go right back and do it again. There isn't enough. They're not hard enough on these people doing that.
Right.
If they make the penalty a lot stronger on the ones smuggling them out of there, these drivers and these companies and stuff, not only take it out on the driver, but do it on the company too.
Yeah. Yep. Now this doesn't seem.
The companies would start, doing a hell of a lot more stringent background checks on their drivers, and what they do is just say, well, you can hold a steering wheel, and your ass fits the seat, so yes, you can drive for it.
Yeah. Just like this trailer didn't even make it into the United States. They caught it at the Laredo border, like not even making it into the United States. So, but you're right. I mean, they all have to have operating authority to cross into the United States. If there's a truck and trailer sitting at the border trying to get to the United States, they've got a DOT number. So what you do is you make sure that DOT number just gets voided and will never be allowed to be used again. And then
that vehicle should never make it back into the state. They got to just confiscate it. That'll be it. It's gone.
Yep.
You'll never get that one back.
Yep.
So, a lot of these companies, it wouldn't take long. They wouldn't have no trouble.
Yeah, it's true. And most of them are probably smaller outfits and all that. And that's fine too, because you still got to have equipment. You got to have equipment. You can't do all this without equipment. So, yep. But yeah, it's but it's never going to stop. Just like we're saying about being hard on the trucking companies to stop illegal immigration like this. Well, our government, we're a bunch of idiots electing these assholes that keep giving money to Guatemala and El Salvador. We need money for economic development. When they give them money, and you know what that money does? All that money does is go enrich all of those drug lords down there and all of those politicians down there. They don't actually give it to the people to make life better down there.
Right.
So why are we even doing that? Just like I said before, I don't know if you heard me or not, but it's capitalism. You allow capitalism to thrive in any area. The people in that area are going to do better.
Exactly.
Yep. You allow people.
I got a late start, and I didn't get in here till I just realized we was out, and her and I went out today, and we had all the grass mowed, so we got all the grass cut, and I went over to straighten the truck up a little bit, just get some stuff done around here, around the house here, because all the rain, that's all it's done to rain here last week off and on.
Oh, okay.
So we went that done, then we went out seeding, was walking around property, looking at the property boundaries and everything, and a bunch of trees I need to get cut, and I was out there, and we just walked back to the house. She said, oh, you know what, show's on. I said, oh, man, I'm running late. I got to get tied up all and see how you're doing.
There you go. Well, I'll tell you what, today I had to set an alarm because I went outside today, because today down here it was nice and sunny and beautiful, and so I went outside, and I had to set an alarm because I totally lost track of time, and good thing I set the alarm and told me to get my butt inside and get on the radio. What do you call I got a little sun, actually. I think YouTube video is going to show my bald head being a little red, so I don't know how that's going to turn out with all the HD high definition they got going on. But yeah, then yesterday and this morning I did a lot of riding. We rode out to Kingsville, which is about 40 miles out. So this morning we rode out, a bunch of us, there's about eight bikes, rode out and had breakfast in Kingsville, and then rode back into Corpus. And then it started sprinkling a little bit, got caught in the rain a little bit, had to come home and change my clothes.
Wow.
Yep, but it quit. And
I told her, I said, good thing he's still got that Honda Shadow. I told her, I said, he's hanging around down there at that Harley shop. I said, he's going to need it.
Yeah.
And like I told him, it's pretty bad when my Vulcan's louder than his Harley.
Yeah.
I like them new pipes.
Yeah, they do good. They're doing good so far. And I really like them. They sound good. They're getting down the road good. And like I said, when I was riding, you know, it's one of those things where, like I said, I had that Shadow for a long time, and I wasn't used to it. But like you're driving down the road, and it's a little 4-lane road, and there's a car in front of you, and there's a car to the side of you, and they're kind of staggered a little bit, but they're kind of just in the way. And I just gunned it, and you know. And the cool thing about that Harley, you just hit the buttons on the turn signals. They just go on and off with ease. You know, the Honda, they stuck a little bit. You had to wiggle the switch. With that Harley, you just hit that button and change them lanes and go.
And you know that on a Harley, they will cancel out if you make a hard turn, like a hard left, you know, make a left turn or right turn, hard turn. The bike levels down. Now they're on some kind of a little
level
like
sensors.
Like a mercury switch or whatever. They'll cancel their stuff out.
Even if you make a quick lane change, like you said, if you lean, you know, if all you're doing is changing lanes and you lean hard enough to make that lane change, it'll cancel out when you straighten back up. Yep.
Right. Yeah. Yep. They got some kind of mercury switch or something on them. I don't know that it's Yeah,
no, it's good. Nice. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. Yep.
It's nice. They're on opposite sides of the handlebars. So you got your right on your right, your left on your left.
Well,
a lot of them just got, you know.
Yeah. Good thing they did.
One switch, push it to the right or push it to the left.
Good thing they did that. I tell you what, truck drivers need that. We need like a switch on the right side of the steering wheel and a switch on the left side of the steering wheel.
It really wouldn't make any difference because they would use it anyhow. So. Hey, did that other last clown call in yet? I thought Jeff said he was on to see where he was on the line, but did he ever get in yet?
Yeah. Let's see what he's talking about. He's probably out there racing cars. Let's see.
You're beating. Yeah, probably beat his lips about something.
I'm not beating my lips about anything. I had to put 2 steers on. I just when I called in, I just got done. I've been here 7.5 fucking hours.
There you go.
Bullshit.
Hey.
Public radio.
Hey, this is a Redneckanize radio.
You're getting that as Taylor Marker on here. You can clean it up, mister.
I don't think so. Well, anyway, I'm gonna finish up the show here, and then I'm gonna take about a 2 or 3 hour nap. Then I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna drive tonight.
There you go.
You're gonna work at me.
Yeah, I sat all day, so my batteries are charged up. I can drive tonight.
I was gonna say, what do you do? Get a big solar panel to put on top of that truck, keep your batteries charged up to drive at night?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's funny.
Are you sure your headlights work?
Yeah, they work. I checked them.
Time to do what?
I checked them.
Oh,
They work.
oh, okay.
I think it's time for you to go back to work.
Yeah, tomorrow morning. Depending on if I got a job or not, I don't know. I ain't heard anything. I'm not going to go into that deal. I'm not going to go into that deal, but I did what I said I had to do with them bills. So I got it done, and we sent it in, and I haven't heard anything else. So I'm going to leave it at that because I'm not going to corrupt anybody and teach anybody my bad habits. So I'll just leave it alone. That's things right there that don't go.
I don't know why you brought it up on the radio show.
I'm just saying. I didn't bring up enough. I just said, do as I say, not as I do.
Well, take notes, Ed. Take notes.
Yep, I'm taking them.
All I'm saying is we got her done. Is that what Larry Cable guy said? Get her done? Well, we got her done.
Yeah, yep. Hey, Robbie. Earlier I had some music playing. Could you hear all the music pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay, because some of the music's just playing through a speaker that's on the microphone because it's not hooked up into the website. So I was just making sure. So yeah.
Yeah, I noticed a couple times when you'd be talking, the music was louder than what you was. It was kind of hard to hear you.
Yeah.
Not today. It's future shows.
Yeah.
Past shows, you know.
Yeah, I've learned that too. So
earlier this week on your YouTube videos, I was listening to a couple of those, and your voice is fine, but like if me and Greg are on, our voices are really low. I don't know if you can up the volume when you go to edit them.
What are you talking about?
Keep right here down on purpose.
Are you talking about the YouTube videos?
Yeah.
Yeah. The problem with that is because the audio is recorded off the microphone. So like you're coming out of the speaker into the microphone. I don't have a way to link what's coming out directly into the recording. So Taylor said he was going to send me a soundboard, but I may just end up trying to work something on my own to where I can create my own soundboard, because then that way I can mix everything together on my own to record it for my future use. So yeah. But yeah, that's the whole goal. So, but yeah, it looks like we're coming to the end of the hour. So I mean, we're kind of like wrapping all things up here. I think is a good way to do it. What do you guys think?
I just want to call in and touch base because like I said, I almost screwed up this another show tonight. So, but we're going to get Tim to set it up here within the next couple weeks here. I mean, we got time to get with with us founders, me, you, and her and Robbie, and go over what you and I talked about. Her and I went over it the other day. I talked to her, told her maybe you had our 6 or 7 hour conversation the other night. But I said we covered a lot of stuff, from bikes to the group. So I said we come up with some ideas of what we're going to do, and everything. And I went over a little bit with Robbie, but we need to have a meeting with just 4 of us or whatever, and go over everything. So she make sure everybody's in full agreement with it and everything before and then get started on everything. Like you said, we need to get some some of our stock back up and everything, and figure out what we want to do and get it done.
Yep, it sounds good to me. Look forward to doing that.
I'm getting ready to get started on this trailer. We got to start getting it all done, and so we can get all the product and everything put back in there and get it organized. So if things do break loose down there this year, and they don't lock us down again, because they're trying.
Yep, you're right. Good deal.
I really think they're going to try to shut everything down again this year. So if they do, it's over, and it's I don't know.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens.
Yep. Well, we just keep on keeping on. That's what we do.
Put the truck show outside. They should just put the truck show outside. And Walcott, I went by when they had the jamboree last weekend. It was packed in there.
Oh yeah.
But it was going on.
See, you should have stopped. You could have been in that representing. You just did a flyby.
Yeah, you should have stopped.
Well, I was on a mission. I was going somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, you was on a mission. All right, straight to the racetrack.
That's right. There was no racing this weekend. It's kind of bummer.
Oh.
Yep.
Where are you going now? You hit it all.
I'm going to Maryland. I am on Tuesday morning.
Oh, that's right. We're fine over there. Oh. All right, well, listen, it's time for you to wrap it up, so we're going to let them slide on out, thank our sponsors and everything that they do for us, and I will give it to you guys this week, and we'll give us a call, give me a call, whatever, we'll discuss it later on.
Good deal.
All right.
Hey, Ed, good talking to you.
You too.
Good show when I call. You take care, be careful coming across, and I'll talk to you sometime, probably later tomorrow or whenever. Give me a call.
Whenever.
All right. All right, guys, take care.
All right now. Yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up here. This is Redneckanize Radio. Like I said, we're live every Sunday evening at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. You can call in at 516-387-1733. If you want to be listening in, that's fine. If you want to be part of the conversation, just hit 1 on the telephone. You can just listen along there going down the highway. No big deal. Don't forget to go check out our website, redneckanize.com. We got links to our Facebook page, Twitter account, Instagram, all that good stuff. And keep track of when we're going to be at the truck show. And we always try to keep everybody up to date of when those truck shows are coming around. Don't forget to go over and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We really appreciate everybody doing that. And if you could, share, subscribe, like, comment, let us know how we're doing. We appreciate everything you guys are doing for us out there to get Redneckanize out there. So until next time, just take it easy. Redneckanize Radio. All right. We'll see you later.